Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now I just released the Xiaomi 12T Pro video, I think not too long ago. You can find them in the links down below. But today's video, this particular video is focused all about the Xiaomi 12T, which I think should be given some recognition as well. So let's begin and find out what the 12T is all about and how it differs from the 12T Pro. Let's go. Right, so first things first, I do have the 12T right here. It's a bit confusing because they do look super identical, almost literally identical, but I'll share with you what the differences are in a bit. Let's talk a bit about price. Pricing wise, here in Malaysia, we are having the 12T for RM1999, and that nets you an 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal memory. In terms of the 12T Pro, that is slightly more expensive. This is going for 2699, so 700 ringgit more for the same RAM and storage configurations. Right, so now that we've done with the price, what is the 12T really all about? So first things first, let's take a look at the design. Again, it's very identical to the 12T Pro. What you do see that is different here is in terms of the camera bump at the back. Now the 12T only has a 108MP sensor, whereas the Pro version comes with a 200MP sensor. So you notice that there is a slightly larger bump on the Pro version. Other than that, it looks absolutely identical. There is only one more small tiny difference here, and that is in terms of the Harman Kardon labeling. You do not get that on the 12T, you only have that on the 12T Pro. But otherwise, yes, I still like the look of this 12T very much. This really nice matte back, totally blacked out look looks really good to me. Right, let's move on to the next thing and talk a bit about that display at the front. Now the display is actually the same one as the 12T Pro. We do get that same 1.5K AMOLED display that refreshes at 120Hz. Touch sampling rate is also 480Hz, so everything is going to be very smooth here. I like the display, it's actually quite a nice one, and again for the price, I think this is the minimum that we can get for displays. Moving on, let's talk a bit about the processing power. So this is where the 12T is again different from the 12T Pro. Over here with the 12T, we do get that Dimensity 8100 Ultra, and this processor has actually been proven in my previous videos. It's actually a very cool processor, and that means that if you are going to play graphic intensive games, the phone itself will not heat up as much as other Snapdragon smartphones. So for that matter alone, I would say that the Dimensity 8100 Ultra is actually a good choice here. Apart from that, you also get 8GB of RAM like I mentioned earlier on. It's LPDDR5. You also get UFS 3.1 storage, so it's fast RAM, fast storage. But ultimately, just in terms of performance, the 12T is going to perform really well here. If you're not going to do a lot of heavy gaming, I think you will really enjoy the 12T with its Dimensity 8100 Ultra. Moving on, let's talk a bit about those cameras at the back. Yeah, the cameras at the back here. We do have that 108MP main sensor that I mentioned earlier on. You also have an 8MP ultra wide and a 2MP macro lens. Just in case you are wondering how it differs in terms of performance to the 12T Pro, I took a couple of photos here and I'm going to put them side by side for you guys to check it out. Naturally, you can see that there's quite a bit of differences here. So I will definitely say this, if you are looking for the better performing camera, definitely check out the 12T Pro. But if you are not a heavy photographer or anything like that, you just want something basic to use, I still think that the 12T here has a pretty decent camera as well. Having said that, let's move on and check out the battery and charging speeds. We do have a 5000 mAh battery here, which is pretty standard. The charging speed is also 120 watts, and it does come with a charger in a box, so you are getting similar speeds to the 12T Pro, so that is great. And yeah, last but not least, the stereo speakers sound quite awesome as well. It's quite similar to the 12T Pro, although it does not have that Harman Kardon labeling at the top, and you do get that X-axis haptics as well, so everything is actually quite nice. At the end of the day, I personally think that if your budget is really under 2000 ringgit, you are really tight and you can't go any further, I think you might want to check out the 12T itself. It's quite a proper phone here as well, does things really fast and well. But if you have that additional budget of 700 ringgit, I do suggest you check out the 12T Pro because it does come with the better camera and processing power. With that said, I hope today's video actually helped you out. Don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try to help you out, and if you want to find out more about the 12T Pro and how it performs in terms of its cameras, check out my other video. I'll put a link down below as well. With that said, thank you for watching all the way till the end. I do hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!